Today is my 531st day of celibacy. That is a long time to go without any sex. Trust me, I know that's a long time to go without any sex, but 531 days of celibacy, and I'll tell you what it gives you. 531 days, it gives you a stronger belief in yourself. It gives you a stronger brain, gives you a stronger mind. You're not going to have days, you're not going to have the same type of stress that you would. You're going to be able to blaze through things that you normally wouldn't blaze through. I tell you, the other day I got very, very tempted into just saying, I just want to do it. I just want to jerk off. And I started thinking, man, I'm like, you'll be able, listen, you'll be able, like, with my knee injury, the only way that I've gotten through this knee injury is because I've been able to be celibate. I promise you, you don't understand like what I've been through mentally. It's just like, it's an extreme thing to go through. Anyway, the other day I was thinking about breaking it, and in my head I started thinking, okay, wait a minute, before you do that for 5 minutes of pleasure, think about the other times that I've done it, where I look back and I say, man, I regret doing that, because it can literally take me at least 2 weeks to start feeling like getting myself back to how I used to feel. Where, don't get me wrong, I mean, it won't kill me. It wouldn't kill me. But I would be in a miserable mood for a while. Like, I would just be like, I would literally be like, man, why did you do that to me? Like, now I'm really, really grumpy. Like, now I'm really, really grumpy. And the thing is I just started thinking, I'm like, yeah, don't do that. And I stopped, I stopped thinking about that. I stopped messing around with myself, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, it just gives you a lot stronger control over your mind when you don't jerk off. And I'll tell you another advantage that it gives you. Your drive and determination to get through things is so much stronger when you are harnessing your sex drive. It's all about, guys, listen, sex energy, testosterone, drive. Think about it. It's energy that is in the body. The energy can make a baby. So it's like, you ever notice how, like, after you jerk off, your motivation is just shot? Of course it's shot. You just drained your life force. So, bring you over here. So, when you another advantage of it is that, now with my knee injury, it does make it harder for me to, like, try to line up dates with girls. But I've been on 2 dates, and I'm trying to, like, line up more dates this winter. Winter's almost over, but still, the power of celibacy to find real women attractive is amazing. And you can discover a part of yourself. You can discover strength that you never believed that you ever had. I mean, I've accomplished a lot. I've accomplished a lot this winter. I mean, my number one thing is actually making it through the winter with my knee injury. That's probably the greatest thing. But I've cleared out both my closets. I've now I realize. Listen, I realized to somebody who has two good legs. I realize that kind of doesn't sound like a huge thing, but for me, it's hard because I can only have visitors for like 15 minutes at a time. Anyway, you can check out my other videos for all that stuff. I've put in a drum set into my apartment. I've put in a bunch of deer heads into my apartment. That sounded creepy weird. I put in a bunch of deer heads, but I did. Uh, I've called women on the phone, like right off the bat. Like I called this one girl Vidalia, Vahida. It doesn't matter. I called this girl, like we matched on Hinge. We never exchanged a message, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna call this girl up. Sometimes like when you have anxiety calling a girl on the phone, the ability to control your mind and be able to just say, you ever notice too that like once she picks up the phone and you start talking to her, like most of the anxiety is gone at that point. Well, that's the way it is. Like with this celibacy, you can literally drop your anxiety, and it really helps you to control that inner strength that you have. And so yeah, so I called her up out of the blue, and she's like, "You must be crazy to just call me up out of the blue like this." And I said, "Well, you must like crazy guys then." She just kind of giggled and said, "Yeah, yeah, it's a good move on your part." I know it's a good move on my part. It's ballsy. Listen, how many guys are just gonna call up a girl? All the guys nowadays are texting like little bitches, little bitches, man. I, to be honest, I used to do the same exact thing. So I really did. I listen. I made a promise on my channel that I always have to be completely honest. I'm not trying to portray this guy that I know everything about dating, because trust me, I don't. I don't. I'll give you the worst advice that I've ever used and blown it with some really cute girls. I mean, that's what my channel is all about, is I share with you what not to do. That's what that's what my site is all about. Don't do this. Ringler said, "Don't do this shit." I have. I blew it with Christy. Christy was amazing. Christy was amazing. Amazingly cute. I don't know about her personality though. All right, anyway, guys, listen. Try celibacy. Try it for 3 days. If you can't do it for 3 days, you're in some serious addiction shit. If you can't keep your hand off of your rod for 3 days, you have some coping mechanism going on there. I guarantee you. And the best coping mechanism is through God. God is the most amazing coping mechanism you can have. So, all right, I'm out.